All righty. Good morning, everybody. Hope and happy Wednesday. Hopefully, it's sunnier or not cloudy where you are this morning. So, as Christine said, my name is JJ Bach. I am your facilitator for the Healthy Living Chit Chat, um, hosted by the Illinois Self-Advocacy Alliance. So, welcome, everybody. And the Alliance is an initiative of the Illinois Council on Developmental Disabilities, and we're grateful for their ongoing support. And our Healthy Living Chit Chats, if, for those of you that are new, or as a reminder, are we get together once a month and we talk about ideas and topics that all about keeping ourselves healthy and well. We've talked about fitness and nutrition, and over the summer, had a session on mindfulness, as well as fun ways over the summer about staying, really good treats and nutritious foods to stay cool and healthy over the summer. But now, as we are into October and well into the awesome autumn and fall, I thought we would be spending some time today kind of talking about what are some awesome autumn fun snacks and foods that are will keep us healthy and well, as well as October is also Halloween month. So to also kind of keep it fun, at sometimes during our chat also to hear from you, your fun ideas of costumes or what your fun favorite Halloween snacks are. So to begin with, um, and the this is a slide, and you'll get these links as we move on. But when we talk about fun foods for the autumn times, these are some wonderful websites that I found, and as a quick search, as you can see, there's some of them have are titles. One is 65 really easy soup recipes. There's also other fun and easy recipes for fall foods. Um, Before we go and kind of explore some of these, I wanted to ask you all, what do you like to enjoy to eat in the fall months, and September, October, November? What comes to mind as far as autumn foods?
All
And
right.
feel free
So,
to put in the chat or come off
right.
mic.
Yes, this is Christine. And as Jajan said, we want you to speak up and speak out. What are your favorite fall foods? So you have a couple different options on how you want to speak up and speak out. You can take yourself off of mute and you can speak up and speak out using your voice or a communication device. If you wish to type it into the chat box, you can speak up and speak out that way. So let's see, we are starting to get some information. Someone says they like chili and they like stew. I like chili too,
Ooh.
but not with beans. And someone else says soups. We have other people who say apples, going to pick apples and making different recipes with apples. I see apple bread and apple crumble. There's some more apple people out there. We have another person who says turkey. Ooh, I like turkey and dressing. All right.
Oh, these are fantastic. Yeah, and one of the things that when you were all sharing about apples and going to the apple orchard, that did spark memories of when I was a kid going on school field trips to a local apple orchard, or or my family would go out to like an apple orchard and just paying for a bucket or two and going around picking our apples, and that's really, and just kind of like memories are really fun of
And
doing
Jim,
that.
if I
Yes.
could also share, folks from Futures Unlimited, thank you so much, said chili, apples, and pumpkin pie.
Oh,
Oh
lovely.
my, it just you were talking about memories, Jay Jen, and I'm thinking of memories and I'm thinking of the wonderful smells that come with,
Mhm.
a pot of chili on the stove or a pumpkin pie or an apple pie in the oven. And oh, that just makes me think of fall.
Oh yeah. And 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 chilies and soups. The beauty of chilies and soups is that there's so much variety. You could make it your own, whether you make, um, whether it's a vegetarian chili or a meat chili, all kinds of soups with squash or with pumpkins or with, um, and then and as we round out fall and moving into November, someone mentioned turkey and Thanksgiving and all the fixins that comes with, um, is just a lot of really creative and different types of fall foods, and it's not boring. One thing that I keep trying to remind myself about food is, sometimes I get stuck in kind of what the common things that people might like, and it's always nice to, in chatting with friends or other people, or just things that you see on the news or on social media, as little reminders of how creative and how diverse food can be, and what you can do with pumpkins, with apples. Some of you shared like apple pies, apple strudels. My mom sliced up apples into thin little strips and put them into sandwiches. So, and that's a really kind of like a turkey sandwich with some apples in it, and it's a really interesting and delicious flavor because you get a nice apple crunch, and that's a way of just kind of experimenting, with fall ingredients.
And Jay
Um,
Jin, if I
mhm.
can add, some other folks said that now is the time that the harvesting of root vegetables is happening. So that might be turnips or rutabagas or carrots.
Yes.
Also, potatoes. I'm not sure if potatoes are a root vegetable, but as we are bringing in the harvest of our root vegetables, having recipes and soups and including those items in stews.
Exactly. And the other thing that you all mentioned that I think is good is a reminder is, again, it's something that's like been really helpful in this ongoing healthy living chat conversations, is the little reminder that cooking doesn't have to be that complicated. There are, if you're not a super cook, like I'm not a super experienced cook or chef, um, but there are recipes that are for beginners and are simple, that are really quite delicious, that you can and take advantage of, learning about different types of food, like the different types of vegetables, fruits, herbs, and seasonings, and just um, finding a chance to just try things out. And if they work out, fantastic. You have a new recipe or something to add and keep into your recipe box. And if things don't work out well, there have been a few times over the years where I've tried to make something new or adapted a recipe and it did not go that well. So that's also a learning experience.
And
And
Jay Jin, if I could just add,
mhm,
some people have some other ideas and
yes,
suggestions. Somebody
please.
suggested a soup swap. So again, a soup swap where everybody makes a pot of their favorite soup. You all have your favorite recipes, right? And everybody makes a pot of soup, and then they put some into individual containers, and they swap it with different people. Gives you an opportunity to try different soups. People can do that, let's see, with desserts or with casseroles. And so
Hmm.
having a swap allows you the opportunity to taste different things without having to buy all the ingredients to make all those different types of, whether it's a a soup, a casserole, a dessert. So I like that idea. Get you a little food swap going on there.
Yeah, that sounds like that is a great like ongoing like soup swap club type of things you can do with your friends. And again, something that's really nice is that the last year we've been dealing with COVID and being stuck inside, and it is important as things are getting better and more people are getting vaccinated and opportunities to get out more, with staying safe and taking care of precautions. But this the soups, the kind of like swapping soups or breads or dishes as a with a small group of friends can be a really fun activity, or you can just make an appointment and say, I'm going to drop off my pot of soup on Tuesday, and we can exchange, and you guys can do that in a safe way and still have a social fun time out of it, while being careful as we continue to be careful with things. And how about, we've talked about soups and stews and chilies and things like that. There's also salads. Are people have ideas or recipes or suggestions on like fall salad ideas or like breads or baking things aside from pies?
Here's another opportunity to speak up and speak out. And while you're considering what you're going to share about these other fall types of things, salads and breads, we did have a comment that swaps are great. Just be sure to include the recipe so that if somebody likes it, they can make it. The other thing is, we like to save containers from different things, and they could be the perfect size to put some soup or some stew or a dessert in, and you don't have to worry about if you get that butter container back. Or sometimes people go to the dollar store and they get a bunch of containers for $1 or $2. Here's what someone says: I am going to make my first focaccia bread this weekend. Wow, you are being adventurous, making some bread. That's amazing.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Yeah. And I've heard I haven't done this myself, but I've heard folks who like to make bread, things like making zucchini bread or some type of like putting vegetables into their bread. Have people tried that? And is that something that works out pretty tasty, or is it kind of an acquired taste?
All right.
I'm
I like
curious.
zucchini bread, and I like it with nuts. This is Christine. And we have some other folks from Futures Unlimited saying that coleslaw, sweet potato casserole, apple grape salad, and apple cake. Wow.
Oh.
That sounds nice and crunchy.
Yeah, all of it sounds really delicious, and I also like the fact that all the ideas that people are throwing out is a mix of sweet stuff and sweet treats and a balance of really healthy, hearty, savory items as well. So, which I think also, is very much in line with our idea of keeping it healthy and well, is finding that balance of there's a balance of healthy foods and sweets and breads and salads and treats, as well as dessert items like pies and cakes and things like that. And you all are just calling out really great ideas on all sides.
Yes. So we have someone who says, I make a lot of banana bread too. It's easier than zucchini bread. And, sometimes bananas don't stay as long as we want them to. So what
Yes,
do you
it's true.
do with those brown bananas? Well, you can make them into banana bread. I know that you can even freeze the brown bananas, take them out of their peels and freeze them. And then when you get enough, you can make some banana bread. Futures Unlimited coming in with homemade Chex Mix and popcorn balls. Oh my goodness. When I think of Halloween, I think of popcorn balls. So thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, thank you. That just brings all kinds of fun memories of parties and events as when I was younger with all of those popcorn bowls. Those were fun. Yeah. So um before I forget, let me go ahead and speaking of all the different stews and soup ideas, I found the top link that's on the screen is the easiest pumpkin soup recipe. I just wanted to share this with you all. And there is when I click on it, it'll open up a video that we can watch, and it just really interesting way, and it's really really simple. So hopefully, crossing fingers that the technology will work. No? Okay, let's try this again. Mhm. That was bad. Oop. Mm, hold on. Sometimes technology works and sometimes it doesn't. Mm,
I think it's the next tab over, the pumpkin soup recipe.
yeah. Unfortunately, let me see if we move that down. My unfortunately the Zoom controls are kind of blocking those. So let me see if I can readjust things. Mm, I had this all set up. One sec. I'm going to stop sharing and see if I can find it that way.
All right. And while you do that, I'm just going to read what some other folks have said, that they like Halloween candy. Ooh, yeah. I think we're going to get into that in a little bit. What's your favorite Halloween candy? So be thinking about that. I know that I'm with this other person who chimed in that candy apples or caramel apples with peanuts on it. I really like that. Although if you are allergic to peanuts or tree nuts, you might want to stay away from those. Some other folks said that they can cut up apples and dip them in caramel. They can dip them in peanut butter. And I'm
Mm.
interested in the apple grape salad. I'm not sure I've ever had that. Apple grape salad. That sounds really,
That
really
does
good.
sound
Oh,
good.
cinnamon apples. Cinnamon apples are good as well. So thank you for that. Has anybody been to an apple orchard to pick apples? Or have you gone out to a pumpkin patch to pick your pumpkins? Tell us about that. So have you been to a pumpkin patch this year? And have you been to an apple orchard? And I know there's a lot of variety of apples anymore. Used to be it was red delicious or golden delicious. Just a couple different varieties. And now there's all kinds of varieties. There's apples that taste like grapes, and apples that are tart, and apples that are sweet. And we had someone say, no, they haven't been out to the pumpkin patch or the apple patch, but it's on the to-do list. Maybe
Good.
that's on your to-do list for this weekend. I don't know. I hope the weather's good where you're at if you want to do that.
All right, Christine. Let's see. I'm I'm gonna try to share this the screen,
Okay.
the video again. So again, think kind thoughts, everybody. All right, let's see here.
All right.
There are plenty of pumpkin soup recipes out there, but I guarantee you that they're not going to be as simple as this one because it is a no-chop pumpkin soup. So all we need to do firstly is magically grab out our tray, which has been lined with some baking paper. So I've got 2 halves of butternut pumpkin, and I'm just going to go with a tiny bit of olive oil and just a few thyme sprigs, and then delicately place them over. Then I've got 2 gigantic carrots here, so find them as big as you can. If you want to keep this recipe vegetarian, you don't need the bacon, but the bacon is really what ends up making it. I've got some fennel seeds here as well, and some chili flakes, and then just a bit more olive oil. And I'm wrapping up the carrots in foil just so they're protected. And then we're gonna go into the oven. I have it quite hot at 220. That's gonna go for the first half an hour, and then we're gonna add some more veggies to it. So that's been in for half an hour. Now we're gonna go with a whole onion. You need to do absolutely nothing to that, but add it to the tray. And then I've got 3 garlic cloves. So just put that in the center and then wrap it up. And then just add that to the tray. And then we're gonna get this into the oven for another 30 minutes at 220. So while that's in the oven, I'm just gonna get on to making some giant croutons. Parmesan firstly, some soft butter. It has to be soft, otherwise you're gonna really struggle to mix it in. Got some whole fennel seeds, some more of those.
Oh no.
Oh man, I was really getting into it too. Maybe it says continue watching.
Well, you know, even though I tested this earlier, there's no accounting for tech issues.
And
Oh, dear.
Jay-Jin, we did have a request that if you're able to put that particular recipe into the chat, folks would love to get that one. It really did look easy.
Yeah, well, oops. So let me, yeah, I guess for some reason, I guess it stopped. So when you all get the when Christine shares the slides, you will get a link with the link to this page, and if you scroll down, it does have the instructions and the recipe. And reason I wanted to show this is it was a really neat recipe for me, because I always thought when making soup, you have to, chop stuff up and prepare a lot of things. And this was a no chop recipe for soup. And as you saw, he just basically took whole carrots and wrapped them up. He took the onion, didn't have to chop it up, just wrap that up. Whole pieces of garlic and wrap it up and just put it in foil so that it doesn't get too overly mushy or leakage. And then it would bake well, and put it all onto a big baking sheet and put it in for like half-hour increments, so each piece would cook. And then the way that at the end, the way that it turns into soup is after all the things are baked and softened, you put it all into a big pot or a big bowl, and then you can take a hand mixer or kind of with a chopping attachment, and you go through and you just kind of chop and mix everything in this giant bowl. And since everything is out of the oven, it's still hot and warm, and the chopping just kind of breaks everything down and makes into a nice thick soup. If you want it thinner, you could, chop it up even longer to make it a thinner soup. And so when I saw this recipe, I thought, oh, this is really, really simple. If you're not really skilled or like really comfortable chopping up or finely chopping up things or using knives, this is a really good recipe because you can just put whole things together, bake it, put it all together at the end, chop it up, mix it all together with a hand mixer, which has a nice, which gives you some distance, and let it do all the chopping and mixing and grinding into a nice thick or medium thin soup. And again, you'll all get the recipe and information when the slides when we send it out. So other than that, what do you all, any other thoughts, Christine?
Well, Jay-Jin, as we were talking about apple picking and apple orchards and pumpkin picking, Adam shared it is fun to go to an apple patch with friends. There's different names of apples and you get exercise walking around and you have fun at the same time. And at some apple orchards and pumpkin farms, there's even hay rides you can go on. So you could have a really great, fun experience.
Indeed. Okay. Let's see. Why is today the day that my computer acts so strange? Sorry, everybody. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so again, it's like the top is the video with the no chop soup, and the other sites just give you a really nice selection of, again, other really simple recipes that you can try or share with friends as you'd like. So and the next thing I wanted to talk about and get everyone's ideas and memories about is Halloween, and all the different types of candy that we've all can enjoy over the years. I mean, I'm not I never really got into super elaborate costumes, but I really, really admire folks who either design or make their own costumes, or, you know, really, really are excited about makeup and costumes, whether it's buying costumes at a costume shop or making their own or somewhere in between or any kind of mix. But I really enjoy Halloween candy, and you know, it is important that in terms of healthy balances of eating candy in moderation and not too much. But as we're moving into Halloween time, and you see a lot of different candies in the store, what are some of your favorite candies or Halloween activities and treats?
All right, here's another opportunity to speak up and speak out. So you have some choices here. You could take yourself off of mute and speak your choices, what you like in terms of Halloween candy or costumes. You are welcome to put it into the chat box and we will read it out loud. And so we already have some people chiming in. Snickers. We have someone out there who likes Snickers. Oh, here's some other candies: M&Ms, candy corn, caramel corn, and chocolate is some of the favorite candy. Oh, we have Twix, Butterfingers, Smarties, and Reese's peanut butter cups. And we have someone else who says, I'm not picky. I'll take them all.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And it seems like some people are sugar candy people and some people are the chocolate candy people. I can appreciate both. Oh, some other folks from Future say our favorite candies are Snickers and M&Ms.
Oh,
yeah,
I love those too.
And I'm still thinking about the popcorn balls that somebody talked about earlier. So yeah. Oh, they used to be homemade. I'm not sure that you can give out homemade ones anymore, or maybe you can, but just to your your family and close friends. But
Mhm.
popcorn balls, yes.
Yeah, now that you keep talking about mentioning it, Christine, I'm getting really hungry for popcorn balls, or
Yes.
right, or its cousin, Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, okay. Let's
Say my-
see. We have somebody else who likes Kit Kat bars. All right. We have a
Fantastic.
lot of folks who like candy. I'm not seeing a whole lot of love out there for Twizzlers, licorice, or I know Sour Patch Kids or Swedish Fish. Do you remember Sweet Tarts? That
Oh
used to be a
yes.
big thing. And then the peanut butter candies that were wrapped up in either black wax paper or orange wax paper. I always liked
There's
those.
peanut butter cups are really good.
Oh yeah.
Remember, like those.
And
People.
how many of you trade your candy? I'll give you one Kit Kat for 2 Smarties. How many of you bargain and trade your Halloween candy? I've been known to do that.
No, I don't think I ever did. I did. Speaking other Halloween treats. If people, I remember making like caramel apples as and dipping apples into either caramel and nuts, and those are homemade ones are really good.
Mhm.
Um,
All right. And thank you, Futures Unlimited. I have friends. We have a few people that bargain with Halloween candy.
mm,
Yes, I'm not alone. I didn't think I was, but it's nice to know I'm not the only one that trades and bargains with Halloween candy.
Oh, I suppose if you're a really good trader, you can get some really good stuff by trading. That's for sure. Mm. So in addition to all the great different treats and Halloween candies that you've all shared, what are some of your favorite costumes? Um, my when I was a kid, I did everything from playing like I think one year when I was a kid, I was a ghost. One year in third grade, I was the lead in the in a play where I think I had in a class play, and the costume that we did was I was an angel for something or other. So that was quite cool with giant wings and stuff on them too. And then I think one year I was a ghost. But those are like the biggest things that I was part of.
All right. So go ahead and share. What are your memories of dressing up? When you
Mm.
were younger, or maybe as an adult, you dress up because you have parties at work or parties at home or in your neighborhood or with your family. Okay, we have someone who said my dad was a carpenter. So I would
Mm.
take his tool belt and hard hat. And we have dressing up as a cow and dressing up as SpongeBob. All
Ooh.
right, here's some other folks. Snoopy, Homer Simpson, a
Mm.
ghost, and witches. And this is an unusual one. My aunt made me a money bag costume. I was literally a bag of money.
Oh wow.
All
That's
right.
different. I like it. I like it. That's different.
Oh, at Futures, we've had some people dress up as a cow and even as Dracula. Ha 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 ha. I I never dressed up as anything scary. I think a cheerleader and maybe a softball player or stuff like that. Ah,
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I think I would say even the time when I was a ghost, it was kind of like I just wore like white pants and a white sweater. Nothing too nothing too fancy. Anyone dress up as like superheroes or anything like that? I think one year I tried to be Batman or Superman.
I'm trying to think if I've seen any superheroes come by my house in Halloween in years past, and we probably have. And we've had, I think, Woody from Toy Story, and we've had Little Mermaid, and we had Elsa from Frozen. We had Thomas the Train.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just, there's different themes every year. So it really is fun to see what people dress up as. Clowns are big. People dressing up as clowns. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
No.
No clowns. Okay. Some people aren't into clowns.
I'm not into clowns.
All right. Futures Unlimited said Spider-Man. All right. We got a superhero going.
Cool. Very cool. So it's and it's the really cool thing about costumes is that it makes you feel, it can make you feel happy, and just try to in putting on a costume and pretending to be something different, and it helps you to exercise your imagination and just see what it's like to be pretending to be something different. And I think that can be a very healthy and powerful thing to keep our spirits up.
We did have another person who said we have had Captain America and Superwoman.
I remember. I think I've heard of Superwoman. Yeah.
And a pumpkin. I like that, dressing up as a pumpkin.
Cool. So this is, I thank you all for sharing. These are just it's really great to just hear just the fun and the difference and the joy of Halloween, of the costumes, the food, and it just helps. It just brings a smile to my face, and hopefully it brings a smile to yours as well, as we share and hear about each other's really fun times with this. And I think it's all, I think it's something that's helped me as I've grown older into adulthood, is friends of mine, and remembering that Halloween doesn't have to be just a child's holiday. It's fun for all of us, whether you're 15, 5, or 55 or older. It can be just as fun and entertaining, to dress up and to give ourselves permission to do that, and to just have fun with it all. Other thoughts or stories?
This is Christine, and I haven't had anyone chime into the chat with any other stories of costumes or treats.
All right. Well, those were really the big topics I wanted to share with folks. Is, as we move into autumn, for our autumn, is to, as the time, as we get into more of the autumn, and as temperatures get a little bit chillier, and something that I look forward to autumn is just the beauty of the leaves changing and the colors changing, to those lovely oranges and yellows and burgundies, and just all those really lovely colors. Sorry about the siren in the background. And the chance to share some of the links that you'll get in email, where the slides of the different types of simple recipes, and to help, hopefully, to inspire you to try different things, whether that's new foods or new recipes with the foods that you already enjoy. And come October 31st and Halloween time, if you have the opportunity to to trick or treat or participate in Halloween activities, to really just find ways of enjoying yourselves and finding the joy of all of that while staying safe and being careful as we can. Yeah, with that, again, just want to thank you everybody for your time today. I really enjoy these monthly chats as just getting to get to learn from you all and sharing some time and just having some fun with everybody and with each other. So again, on behalf of the Alliance, thank you all. If you want to get in touch, you can email us at info@Self-Advocacy Alliance. Check out our website for more information and a bunch of other resources, as well as our library of webinars, recorded webinars that we have. And you can also follow us on Facebook and interact and share comments or stories there as well. So with that, thank you, everybody.